Did you know that a single planning mistake would add $5,000 to your corporate retreat budget? Now multiply that by 9. Hey there! After helping plan over 1,000 successful corporate retreats for companies like Netflix, Nasdaq, and Reddit, we've seen exactly where companies waste thousands on completely avoidable mistakes. In this quick guide, I reveal the 9 costliest planning errors that drain your budget and show you the simplest fixes that can save your company serious money on your next retreat. These are not just theoretical tips. These are the real solutions from real disaster we've witnessed firsthand. And the best part, most of these fixes won't cost you a penny to implement. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we post weekly insider tips that can save you time, money, and stress when you're planning your next company events. So whether you're planning your first company offsites or you're a seasoned event planner looking to cut costs, these next 8 minutes could save your company thousands of dollars. Let's dive in with mistake number 1, which happens before you even book a venue, and it's costing companies an average $3,000 per retreat. Not understanding who's actually attending your retreat is a budget killer. We once worked with a tech company that spent $4,500 on outdoor activities in a summer heat only to discover that half of the team had mobility issues or simply hated being outside. This created friction instead of bonding, essentially throwing money away on unused experiences. The team members who couldn't participate felt excluded, and the whole retreat failed to deliver any ROI. The simple fix: send a quick pre-planning survey asking about interest and limitations. These 3 steps takes just 30 minutes but prevents thousands in wasted activity. When activities match team preferences, your entire retreat becomes much more valuable. The second mistake might seem like a small detail, but it's actually a ticking time bomb that can explode your budget at the worst possible moment. Choosing vendors based solely on price is actually a recipe for disaster. One client had to pay $2,500 for a rush delivery when the original vendor failed to show up with the essential equipment for their keynote presentation. Here's what experienced planners do instead. Always verify that vendors have updated contracts reflecting any changes to your event. Double-check delivery times and locations 1 week before your event. And most importantly, request references and check online reviews before signing any contracts. We had another client that was planning a women's retreat in Carlsbad with thousands of dollars in floral arrangements. The vendor had the wrong delivery location and time, so they were going to deliver after the event ended. A simple verification call saved the entire production from disaster. Our third mistake is something even experienced planners make, and when disaster strikes, they are left scrambling while their budgets spiral out of control. Weather issues, venue problems, and vendor constellations happen to even the best planned events. One retreat in Dallas faced a $7,000 in emergency venue change when flooding damaged their meeting space. The ceiling panels were literally falling down and the room smell like electric fire. Smart planners always have a backup plan for outdoor activities and critical event elements. Set aside usually 10% of your budget as a contingency fund for unexpected issues. Research backup indoor options for any weather-dependent activities. Having alternatives ready prevents premium prices for last-minute solutions, and that contingency budget acts like an insurance for your retreat investment. The fourth mistake might save you $500 in plane ticket, but what most planners don't realize is that it could end up being the most expensive corner you ever cut. Photos and virtual tours can be misleading or completely outdated. One planner discovered that their luxury castle venue was under complete construction only after arriving with 30 executives. The emergency venue change cost an additional $8,000 plus damaged company reputation. If you can't visit in person, request a live video walkthrough with current date verification. Check recent reviews from other corporate groups who've used the space, and also ask specific questions about construction, renovations, or changes to the property. A proper site visit is one of the best investments you can make, preventing expensive surprises and protecting both your budget and your reputation. The fifth mistake seems innocent at first, but it creates a hidden cascade of errors that silently drain thousands from your budget without you even noticing. About 30% of attendees typically input the wrong information in your registration forms. These errors lead to booking unnecessary rooms, transportation, and meals. One company actually wasted $3,200 on unused hotel rooms due to registration error. Create a comprehensive registration form that captures all needed information upfront. Regularly verify registration data, especially for flights and dietary requirements. Also use a registration system that automatically updates when changes are made. A tight registration process ensures that you're only paying for what you actually need, so eliminating thousands in wasted accommodations and services. This fixed mistake might seem like just a matter of organization, but what most planners don't realize is that it's actually costing them thousands in hidden fees or missed opportunities. Without a detailed schedule, events quickly go off track, creating costly timing issues. One company lost $2,500 in a non-refundable deposit when activities ran long and they missed their dinner reservation. Create an hour-by-hour breakdown of all activities, transitions, and responsibilities. Share relevant portions with vendors, the venue, and key team members. And finally, build in buffer times between activities to prevent costly scheduling conflicts. Your run-of-show document should be your Bible during the event. When you stopped updating it or throw it aside, that's when things start to fall apart and money starts flowing out of the door. The seventh mistake is perhaps the most expensive of all. Yet it's completely invisible on your budget spreadsheet, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Without team buy-in, even a $50,000 retreat can deliver zero ROI to your company. When activities don't align with company culture, the engagement plummets and your investment is wasted. One tech company saw tremendous ROI when they aligned activities with their team values. Their employees were outdoor enthusiasts and marathoners, so they planned challenging activities that got people out of their comfort zone while staying true to their company culture. Ask input from team members when selecting activities and locations. When people are excited about the retreat, they engage more fully in team building. This alignment helps you get measurable results from your retreat investment. The eighth mistake has forced countless planners to have that dreaded conversation with their CFO. You know the one I'm talking about, and it's completely avoidable with one simple practice. Many planners underestimate costs by 20-30%, creating budget overruns and cut corners. One group planning a Caribbean retreat went $12,000 over budget due to poor tracking and constant last-minute changes. Always build a 15% contingency into your budget for unexpected expenses. Track all expenses in real time using a shared document or platform. Get written quotes for all major expenses before finalizing your budget. When you underestimate your budget, you end up cutting corners on the elements that matter most, like meals or activities, which completely undermines the entire purpose of your retreat investment. The final mistake may be the most politically dangerous one. Not only double your planning time, but also add thousands in rush fees while potentially damaging your professional reputation. When stakeholders are not aligned, conflicting directions create expensive changes late in the process. One planner had to completely revamp their event 2 weeks before, adding $6,500 in rush fees when the CEO suddenly wanted something completely different than what the planning committee had already approved. Hold an initial alignment meeting with all decision makers before planning begins. Document all decisions and get written approval on major elements. Regularly update stakeholders on progress to prevent last-minute changes. Creating a clear approval process for any changes that impact the budget isn't just good planning, it's protecting your company investment and your professional reputation. Now you know the 9 costly mistakes that drain corporate retreat budgets and exactly how to avoid them. By implementing these strategies, you could save your company $10,000 or more on your next retreat, while delivering a more impactful experience. Which of these mistakes have you experienced in your own events? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more money savings tips for planning successful corporate events, download our free budget guides in the description. It includes templates and checklists to help you avoid all 9 of these costly mistakes. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly insider tips that will make your next corporate retreat both budget-friendly and unforgettable. Thanks for watching, and remember, smart planning doesn't just save money, it creates retreats that actually deliver ROI to your company.